I'm doing it for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I toss you a fucking chair. I toss you my megaphone.
Yeah. We've been talking about ways to sneak stuff into the Creator Clash fight.
Uh-huh.
Like folding chairs and that type of shit. How funny that would be.
Yeah. Would you take a WWE contract?
No, because I would if it was for mad money, if I was famous enough to get a lot of money from it, but I think I'd be too worried about injury.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder if Sammy would, because I think you'd be a good wrestler too.
I think you really have to roid up just to prevent injury. I think that's probably a big reason why those guys are all on roids. It's not because they like look well. They obviously they look better, they look more tougher or whatever, but it also helps you protect yourself against injury.
Oh man, it would be a good character.
Mm-hmm.
You could just be always stealing Vince McMahon's Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be your line, your through line.
Yeah,
that we're always like, what? And you're like this. Got you right where I want. You don't even. And then you're always in the stadium somewhere. Like that's your gag is that you're in the control room, always like turning the heat up and like turning the AC on and shit, and like fucking with people.
Breaking the air fresheners in the toilets and soap dispensers.
Really petty shit. You're just knocking the wind out of the janitor. I got the janitor here. I'm going to slow down the operation. Just gut punch a poor fucking Portuguese guy.
It would be really cool to be a wrestler.
It would be cool.
Joey wanted to be a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah. I was big into wrestling when I was younger.
Really? You were like a full wrestling guy?
When I was like 9, my name was 𝐿𝐸𝐿. That's what I wanted my wrestling name to be. But like Stone Cold and stuff, like all the shit he did.
Yeah.
That was like my father growing up with Stone Cold.
Yeah, he really. Yeah. He was the best guy around.
Yeah.
He
still to this day, when I watch shit, it's just so cool.
Stone Cold was like my high school time, and my buddy was a big fan.
Yeah.
I lost it right after. Who was that? Rob Van Dam was when I stopped.
Oh.
Stone Cold was a good role model to a nation.
Yeah, he was the Texas Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
But it's just the point. Like the thing, one of the things I was talking about with Josh LaCash from Wrong Opinion podcast. Anyway,
yeah,
it's too racist. You haven't seen it. You wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, I was on the I was watching Esther Povitsky.
Anyway, he was talking about how like in the '80s, like you had like Sylvester Stallone, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, you had like all these different celebrities that you could look up to, like Chuck Norris, like regardless of what your body type was. Like if you were like a skinny Chinese kid, you could be like, oh, Bruce Lee's the best ever. Like everybody had someone they could point to and be like, yeah, that's what I'm going to be like. Like that's the way I fight.
Right.
I fight like Bruce Lee.
I felt like O.J. Simpson. All the black kids. Poor bastard.
Anyway, but now like there's like The Rock.
Yeah. And
The Rock, I was saying, is basically like The Rock is like basically Ellen DeGeneres, but with a man's body.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing like tough about that guy. And then aside from him, there's like nobody. Like there's nobody left for like kids. Like kids, you're not like you're supposed to look up to like Lil Xan.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody like strong. Like so, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Even though I wasn't into wrestling, I appreciate the fact that he was like a
beer drinking, like a tough guy that takes no shit from nobody. And he always jawed in people's faces. Like it was so funny to see. Like my buddy used to have a killer Stone Cold impression. What? And it was just like that one gag. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it's true. There is none.
This is one of my favorite videos of all time. This is Mick Foley, which is one of the best.
Cactus Jack Bang Bang.
Yes.
Bang Bang.
Yeah, this is a promo that he did.
I was 2 hours late to a building I've been in dozens of times before because I couldn't remember the way. Why don't you think about that for a while? Because when I think of the loss of physical and mental functions in my life, it hurts. Like when Vader dropped me on my head. It hurt. When I felt my ear being torn off the side of my head. It hurt. When Terry Funk put a lifelong brand into my flesh. It never gave me the revenge I truly needed. It hurt. And when Shane Douglas, a man I called friend for the last dozen years, stabbed me in the eye, come back, Shane wouldn't work. It hurt. And no one understands that. The ECW fans, they may get off on pain, but they don't understand it. But one man did. One man answered the call.
Mick Foley's the one, man. He's a great dude. I loved Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was bonkers. I watched him early, like WCW years, and he's a great. And then I watched a documentary on him a couple of weeks ago. He's fucking a great guy too.
Yeah, the shit he did was like crazy.
People were like, dude, you got to cool it. And he's like, nah, man, the show's got to be good. Like, he understood wrestling.
Damn.
And they were like, dude, don't. He's not really like in great shape. And he fucking just heaving himself off mountains and shit. Just like, watch this. And people were like, what the fuck? Jeez, dude.
Damn.
Like, and it's just like his physical health. Like, I can't believe he's still around. He was on Pawn Stars. Corey from Pawn Stars had him on as a friend. And he's just a great guy.
Insane.
Those hardcore ones.
Yeah, this is
for WWE or WWF at the time. This is like crazy.
That was the top.
And he did ECW, which was like the more hardcore, like Spike TV type shit. But this was like,
remember when that was a thing? Remember how big, like, backyard wrestling became big and like
How they will put their bodies on the line here.
97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2.
You want me up there? You want to come up there and fight? I'm going to come up and whip your butt. Oh my gosh. No, he may not make it up.
I'm gonna come up there and whip your butt.
Yeah.
Undertaker in a very precarious position. Ooh. Nothing between the Undertaker and the concrete floor but imagination.
This is really crazy.
He's there. And he is there. And apparently the Hell in a Cell match is officially underway.
That's awesome. I love this whole match.
Oh my gosh. Chair shot just makes you sick.
This is how they should make you lower taxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how you have to get your taxes lowered with your mayor. You have to fight him in a Hell in a Cell match. Or if you want something done, you should make it really interesting in the hell world that we live in.
Stand up. I like it. They're fighting on a steel roof of this cell. They use it.
Are we living in Hell in a Cell? Is this more of a metaphor of our current state of the union here?
Broke through.
I have something about.
There's 200-300 pounders up there. They're destroying the Hell in the Cell. And my God, don't get them over here where we are. What's
God
gonna happen
damn.
here? Undertaker fighting back.
They're not gonna fall through, are they?
Above us, folks.
yeah, I think he falls through twice in the same match.
Can we find that part?
I think it's right here.
I just.
Oh,
Good
it's-
God.
That's not even the part that like he falls through the cage.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
then,
that's great stuff.
oh yeah, that's
Jesus Christ.
so that was like an accident or something. I forget the story,
Yeah.
but oh yeah, the chair fell on his face. and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
fucked
busted
him
his
up.
teeth out.
And he went through with the whole match. They have a thing called kayfabe. It's like when something goes wrong, like no matter what goes wrong, you don't like break the character no matter what.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
in
called-
wrestling?
Yeah, it's called kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
And they'll like work with each other, like, you know, when they're fucked up or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But they won't like break character, but they'll like silently like communicate.
See?
Jeez.
See, Sammy? It's hard, but you could do it.
I couldn't do that.
I want to be your hype man.
I couldn't do it.
Come on, I'll be Paul Bearer.
No, I couldn't do it.
I'll be, you know what I'll be? A stressed out office worker that's always trying to explain your wrongdoings.
I don't have the heart for that.
Like this, I'll take Vince McMahon's cryptocurrency and bounce it across the ocean. And then Vince McMahon will be like, don't you touch it. Don't you goddamn and I'll be like, look, man, he wants to meet you in the boiler room. I'm always like pulling my tie off. He said you guys have to meet in the boiler. And then like you're always just dealing with like your social, what's the hacker, the video game? All the capabilities of that character in that video game you can have. That's my character. I wrote it for Sam. To be
in Deus Ex.
It is the fucked up part. You have to be black. It's blackface. that's the only tough part. No. You'll be like a wave cap Dominican.
Ow.
You'll be like, I have all your cryptocurrency, Poppy. I got your Coinbase account because I knew your password was Shane Owen Hart Fall 1 2 3.
Poppy.